Hey, everybody. Welcome to another Zoom interview. Today, we've got John Crosby from RUF Memphis. John, good to see you.
Good to see you, man.
Nice quarantine beard. Um, I'm always jealous of anybody that can grow any kind of facial hair because I just can't. So how are you and your family doing during all this craziness?
Man, we're surviving. I'll
Nice.
say that. The homeschooling, doing homeschool. I have a newfound respect for people who are doing homeschool.
Yeah,
Um, we're missing baseball. We're missing sports,
yeah.
but we're doing well. We're doing well.
Good deal, man. Well, tell us a little bit about how you got involved with RUF. What path led you to RUF Memphis?
Yeah, I got involved with RUF kind of late in life. I went to a college that didn't have an RUF. Did youth ministry after college. Went to seminary and became a youth pastor. And in those times when I was in seminary and doing youth ministry, got involved with RYM. And they always had these RUF campus ministers come in and speak, and that's how I got to know these guys, and had always wanted to do RUF, and I got ordained years later. Took me a little while to get out of seminary, and because I was doing full-time youth ministry, and but thought about RUF and doing RUF. Had always wanted to be with college students, and my wife wasn't a big fan of raising money, and so we put it on the back burner, and then got a phone call later in life, and decided to we made the step, and and here we are, and loving what we're getting to do.
Very cool, man. Very cool. So let's talk a little bit about the importance of getting involved with RUF, like once you move off to college, because we got school ending. School has ended for a lot of folks, but thinking about summer and then the fall, students graduating, going off to campus. Let's talk about the importance of getting involved, like the pros, the benefits of getting involved with RUF.
Man, yeah, I love this is what I love to talk about. We say each week, we want RUF to be a place where you can find community. You can rest in the reality of the gospel. You can be encouraged by the gospel. You can come with your doubts and with your questions, with your fears, anxieties, and it's a place that we would say, just as Jesus wants to be with you, like it's a place we want to be with you and walk with you. Yeah. It's a place, I think it's important. I don't know if I'm jumping ahead, but like it is a place where I think we encourage students to be not just known somewhere or not just noticed somewhere. We want them to actually be known somewhere.
Yeah.
In a place that they can find community and be known and be part and serve. Yeah.
Awesome. That's great. Yeah. I think RUF is one of the best parachurch ministries I've seen that does a fantastic job of funneling students to the local church.
Yeah.
And that's super encouraging to see. So let's piggyback off of that. So being known somewhere, like how important is that? Because a lot of times I feel like students, when they go off to college, they feel like, all right, well, my church is my campus ministry or my RUF. But that's not what we're called to be as believers. God has saved us to himself, but also saved us to his people, and that's the church. So
right.
How important is that for students going off to not just get involved with RUF, but to get involved with the local church?
Yes. I mean, super important. We are not the church. The church, we hope to, we are constantly pointing to and letting our students know the importance and the value of the church. Like we're a community. We're a taste of church, but then we want students to be involved in the full means of grace. We tell students, we talk about sacraments quite a bit, and we talk about means of grace. I mean, We don't give sacraments in RUF. We don't baptize children, and the importance of those things, and the importance of being known by a group of people. We're very temporary. RUF is a temporary 4-year, maybe a little bit more for Memphis students, but it's a temporary time in their lives, and the church is there for them. It's going to be there for their life, and we want them to be involved in the church as quick as possible, so they can sit under the means of grace and those things.
Yeah. So what drawbacks have you seen from not getting involved in a local church?
Yeah, man, the drawback is it takes a little bit longer, I think, for a student to plug in somewhere in a church when they're not. And the drawback is they're not taking part of the means of grace also. But that would be the huge thing, that they're not taking a part in what has been given to us to grow us and to encourage us. And so biggest drawback would be, the not be able to sit under the full counsel and to be taught and to be able to be a part of like a community that has the sacraments that are involved there.
Yeah, I agree. I think like one of the most beneficial things for my wife and I when we were in college was, being around, because you want to be around other college students.
Yeah.
But like eventually what you'll find out is other college students don't know a whole lot.
That's right. That's true.
You need to be around like older brothers and sisters in Christ that can shepherd you and keep you from making a whole lot of blunders and mistakes.
So true.
Like that's another beautiful thing about the community of faith. Yeah. All right. So what are some ways that students now in high school or finishing up high school can maximize their spiritual growth now, so that when they get on campus, wherever they're going, and they hit the ground running and they run straight to RUF or they run straight to a local church?
Yeah, I feel like I keep going back to the means of grace. Be in the Word, be in prayer, be a part of a community in your local church. When the students I've seen have come out of those, who are coming out prepared, really help us reach the campus because they get it. And I would say start now, making good friends. And having a decision to having friends that will walk alongside you and encourage you and point you to Jesus. Start asking your parents really honest questions now. Your parents are very smart and they've been there, done that. And listen to them. But ask hard questions. Ask questions about what it was like for them in college, and talk to their youth minister about those things. And that's what I would, in a nutshell, would give. That's kind of advice I'd give to a high school student now.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks. So that's the advice for the students. So what advice would you give to parents who their student is graduating this year or maybe next year? So what advice would you give to parents?
Well, I'm in that boat. So I feel like anything I say now is theoretical. So ask me after my son will be a senior next year.
Okay.
And we are panicking. So I don't know if that's a great answer to your question, but the answer I would give is to start now continue to talk to and create a place where your son or daughter can ask honest questions. And, I read a book years ago, Come Back Barbara, that one of the things that you learn in that book is that where Jack Miller kind of went wrong was as his daughter got older, he kind of went away from her. And I think the older your kids get, you still can press in and you pursue. And I would say continue to pursue your students, your children, continue to model repentance, continue to love them, just pray.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm on my knees right now.
Yeah.
Trina and I are both praying hard.
That's awesome, man. That's good. That's really good advice. Man, super thankful for all you do at RUF Memphis. Super thankful for how faithful you are there. That was just all really, really good. Really, really good stuff. All right, time for the lightning round. Random questions that John has not seen ahead of time. No big, huge curveballs, I don't think. Last week I asked Kyle what his biggest pet peeve was, and I should have known better. Like, Kyle's the nicest guy. He doesn't have pet peeves. But he said littering, which
Littering. I love that.
I could just kind of picture Kyle like chasing somebody down the highway. But anyways, all right, what has been your go-to quarantine snack?
Go-to quarantine snack has been the frozen pizzas, as you can tell by my face.
That's same here. Same here. I've put on the COVID-20. All right, so what's a show you've been binging for all of us in a show hole right now?
Well, our family have been rewatching all the Star Wars movies. The bad ones and the good and the great ones. So
yeah,
we've been in kind of lockdown on those for a while.
That's solid.
Recently, Indiana Jones.
Oh, man, you can't get any better than that. You can't get any better than that. All right, what's your favorite theological book of all time? The Bible doesn't count.
Favorite theological book of all time would be, great question. Isaiah. It'd be Martin Lloyd-Jones' book, The Sufficiency of God. It's on, I think it's Isaiah chapter 40.
Nice.
It's a sweet. It's all there. The gospel, the whole thing's there. The Sufficiency of God by Martin Lloyd-Jones.
Awesome. All right, if you could have dinner with one famous person, could be theologian, could be actor, sports star, whoever, you got dinner with one famous person, who would it be?
Man, I would say right now Michael Jordan because of the ESPN.
How good has that documentary been?
Just tapping into that, man. It's been crazy.
It's so good, dude.
Things I didn't know.
Yeah. All right, last one. What's one unusual talent that you have?
Man, I can consume an entire pizza, and have done that a few times during quarantine.
Yeah.
I have really no unusual talent besides my eating skills.
I think that's impressive. I think it was Jim Gaffigan who said, like, if you brag about eating a whole pizza, people are like, man, you must have been really hungry. But if you brag about eating a whole cake, people are like, you got a problem. So, yeah, at least you didn't say I can consume a whole cake. Yeah.
That's right. That's true.
Man, well, John, it was good visiting with you, man. Thanks for doing this. River Oaks, hope you guys enjoy this interview. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.